So it's been just over 5 years since the last time a high version of my favorite sneaker released to the public. And 2016 was a pretty wild year overall. Not only did we get the last release of the Bred Air Jordan 1s, but it's also the year that I started my YouTube channel. It's been 5 years that I've been reviewing sneakers on YouTube. That's kind of crazy. And honestly, way too long for us to go without a re-release or a retro of the Bred Jordan 1s. And while in 2021 we're not exactly getting a retro of the Bred Jordan 1s, we're getting, in my opinion, the next best thing. What's up everybody, I'm Seth Fowler, and today I've got a super early review of the upcoming Air Jordan 1 Patent Breds. I'm actually going to use the other shoe because this metal Jumpman keeps banging on the shoe and pissing me off. So the Air Jordan 1 Patent Bred has an official release date of December 30th, 2021 and a retail price of $170. And you might be wondering, how did you get a pair this early, because the shoe doesn't come out for like another 2.5 months? And honestly, the reason is I spent way too much money on GOAT. And you can also do the same if you want to click that affiliate link in the description below. In all seriousness, I did buy this through GOAT Instant Ship, and I spent way more than I should have, but it's a new version of my favorite sneaker of all time, and I wanted to bring you guys the earliest review possible. Before I got these shoes in hand, I didn't know exactly what to expect. I knew what Patent Leather Jordan 1s looked like, but I didn't know what my favorite sneaker colorway of all time would look like on a Patent Leather Air Jordan 1. And I've got to say, when I first saw the shoe, when I unboxed it, actually in a video, which you guys can check out, there's a link at the top of the screen, I was almost speechless. This shoe is gorgeous. Before we actually dive into the review, I do want to show you all the new Nike box, because this box is a little bit different for this release. So the first thing that you'll notice is that the logo placement and the colors on this Jordan 1 box are exactly the same as standard Air Jordan 1 boxes. However, you might have noticed that this box has a little bit of an extra sheen to it, like a little bit of extra gloss. And that sort of glossy finish is actually carried all the way around the entire exterior of the box. And obviously that's there to mimic the actual design of the sneaker itself, because essentially it's a glossy version of the Bred ones. And you know what? Even though it's not a crazy change to the box, I mean, it's literally just a finish difference, I have to admit that I really think it makes this shoe that much more special. I mean, it's already a Bred 1, so it's already like an incredibly special shoe as it is, but with this box, it's that much more special. So like I mentioned, the design elements on the box are the same as the standard Air Jordan 1 box, except for the gloss, and then on the front of the box, you've got the size tag. So I grabbed a size 9, which is my true size and what I wear in every other pair of Jordan 1s. The official colorway of this shoe is black varsity red white, and the official retail price, like I mentioned before, is $170. So even though it seems like you're getting a slightly more premium version of a Jordan 1, you're not paying any more money than a standard pair of Jordan 1s, which I'm into. But with the box out of the way, let's dive right back into the sneaker. Actually, scratch that. Before we look at the sneaker itself, let's take a look at this crazy red metal Jumpman hang tag. So I did not know that this hang tag was coming with the shoe before I bought the sneaker, and when I first opened the box, the hang tag was actually the thing that drew me in the most. I know that's kind of dumb because it's not part of the sneaker and you're going to take it off when you wear the shoe, at least you should take it off when you wear the shoe, but it really does make the shoe feel that much more premium and that much more special, just like the box did, except this by far is the detail that really puts it over the top for me. I actually want to use this for something, like hang it from my keys or maybe use it as like a light drawstring or something like that. I don't know, it's such a sick detail. And even though the metallic red is not exactly the same shade as the Patent Leather Red, it still really makes this shoe pop, and I love it. And it's really close enough, especially in the right light. But now let's dive into the sneaker itself and find out what makes this Patent Leather Bred Jordan 1 such a dope sneaker. So as you could probably tell from the name of this sneaker and also just looking at the sneaker in any sort of light, the entire upper of this shoe is covered in super glossy patent leather. Starting off around the toe, you've got this really nice and glossy black patent leather mudguard, which unfortunately seems to be creasing just a bit, and that's probably from when I filmed the on-foot portion of this video. I've worn this shoe for like 5 minutes total and it's already creasing, and that's why I hate patent leather on Jordan 1s. But hey, you know what? The colorway is fire, so I'll deal with it. Moving up from that, you've got this incredibly vibrant red patent leather on the toe. And actually, I thought it'd be kind of interesting if I compared the 2016 Bred 1s to the Patent Leather Bred 1s and see what the color differences were. Obviously, the materials are different, but the first thing that I noticed is that the red on the 2016 Jordan 1s is a little bit deeper and a little bit darker. Now, to be fair, this pair is an older shoe that I've worn a lot, so that could contribute a little bit to the darker color of the red, but the 2016 Air Jordan 1 Breds have always had a darker red or a deeper red than really any of the other Bred 1s. And as much as I love the leather texture and the feel of the leather on the 2016 Bred 1s, There's something about the color of the red on the patent leather ones. It just pops so much more, and it seems like a much truer red. Like, red is my favorite color, and this is the kind of red that's my favorite color. Not so much this deep red. While it's still a good red, there's something about this sort of vibrant red that I'm obsessed with. Moving back in the sneaker, you've got more black patent leather around the eye stays of the shoe, and of course I've got this shoe laced up with black laces which come pre-started in the sneaker. Now if you're not a fan of the black flat laces and want a more eye-catching and brighter look, although this is already a pretty eye-catching sneaker, they do also give you a set of red laces if you decide to switch them out. I've personally always preferred the black laces in Bred ones though. I don't know what it is, but it just looks better to me, more complete. Underneath the laces you've got a pretty standard black nylon Air Jordan 1 tongue, and at the top of the tongue you've got a black tag with the Nike Air logo embroidered into the top of it in red. Then moving inside the sneaker, you've got this black fabric sock liner which feels softer than the 2016 Breds, and interestingly enough, just like on the 2016 Breds, this shoe also features a hidden detail on the sock liner. On the inside of the medial side of each shoe, you've actually got the word family embroidered into the sock liner in bright red. Now I'm gonna be honest, I'm not exactly sure what that means or what that symbolizes. Jordan Brand hasn't come out and said it yet, and I'm sure once we get closer to the release of this shoe, they'll let us know about all the little details hidden throughout the sneaker, but this one right now, not sure exactly what it means, but maybe it's the Jumpman family or something like that. Either way though, it is a pretty nice detail, and the fact that it's embroidered in there, not like printed in there like the previous 2016 Jordan ones, make this shoe feel even more premium than it already did. Then rounding off the inside of the shoe, you've got a black insole with the Nike Air branding printed on the heel in deep red. But now let's get to one of the most important details of the patent Breds, and that's fit. So I'm sure it'll be no surprise to you guys, but the Air Jordan 1 patent Breds fit just like every other pair of Air Jordan 1s. I mean, it's the same silhouette. In Jordan 1s, I always go true to size, and that's definitely what I recommend you all doing, but everyone's feet are different, so if you had the chance to try on a pair of Bred patents before you buy them, or maybe any other pair of Jordan 1s, make sure to do that just to make sure you're grabbing the right size for you. Continuing back in the sneaker, you've got more of that black patent leather on the midfoot panel of the shoe, and right on the top of that midfoot panel, you've got this red patent leather Nike swoosh. You know, although I don't love patent leather because it creases pretty easily, I've got to say it does give the shoe this crazy glossy shine, which I didn't love at first, but in this colorway, man, I'm swayed. It's happening. Continuing back even farther on the shoe, you've got more patent leather panels in deep red on the heel of the shoe, and of course on the lateral side of the sneaker, you've got your signature Wings logo debossed into the sneaker in black. And you know what? It looks really good in gloss. I hate that I'm saying this because I've never been a fan of patent leather ones, but man, this shoe looks sick. Then rounding off the heel of the shoe, instead of your standard leather ankle collar area, you've actually got more black patent leather, which at first I didn't love, but on a shoe that's entirely patent leather, it kind of has to be patent leather. Moving down on the shoe, you've got this bright white Air Jordan 1 midsole, and rounding off the sneaker, you've got that classic rubber Air Jordan 1 outsole in deep red. So overall, what are my thoughts on the Air Jordan 1 patent Bred? Well, really my only thought is, how many pairs of these can I actually buy? I've said it in a bunch of different videos, I'm not a fan of patent leather ones. In fact, I've already said it in this video like 4 different times, but there is something about my favorite colorway of any shoe being on my favorite shoe of all time, regardless of what material you use on the upper, it just works for me. And in this shoe, I think it actually elevates the colorway. Of course, I still prefer the standard Bred ones to the patent Bred ones, but there's something about the shoe that allows it to sit up there with the standard Bred ones as sort of a nice alternative. And I've got to say that I was worried that this shoe wouldn't be as great as I thought that it could be. But I've got to say, Jordan Brand pulled out all the stops, added all the little details that really make this sneaker special, and made this one of my favorite Air Jordan 1s of all time. It's up there, which is crazy to say. I know this shoe hasn't even come out yet, but honestly, this shoe is up there. And this will not be my only pair of these. In fact, I plan on having many pairs of these, as many as possible. But with that, we pretty much wrap up my review of the Air Jordan 1 patent Breds. Once again, these release on December 30th for a retail price of $170, but now I would love to know your thoughts on the Air Jordan 1 patent Breds and whether this is a shoe that you plan on picking up when it finally releases. So make sure to let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you all in the next one.